Humans are the downfall of AI. Now, quickly imagine this. Jimbo, I'm gonna need you to crunch those numbers by 5 p.m. sharp. Shit. This task would normally take a week of work. I have 1 hour. Wait, never mind. I live in 2026, and AI just did it in 15 seconds. Wrote the email, sent it, done. Notification, email from boss. Numbers approved, sent to client. Now, to Jimbo, that feels like a win. A week of work done in 15 seconds. But here's the strange part. That feeling of winning, that's where problems start. Because Jimbo isn't really using his brain anymore. And it doesn't happen all at once. It happens in steps you barely notice. Calculator, autocorrect, GPS. Each one feels harmless, right? Each one feels like progress. But if you zoom out for a second, what's actually happening is Jimbo is slowly outsourcing his thinking. Not because he's forced to, but because it feels better. Then AI shows up. And now, it's not just helping Jimbo think, it's doing the thinking for him. Write this email, summarize this report, decide the tone, fix the logic. You get the point. And then Jimbo stops checking, not because he decided to, but because it usually works the AI. And that's the turning point. Psychologists have a name for this: automation bias, the tendency to trust systems more than your own judgment, even when you could check or should check. But here's what most people miss: automation bias isn't just the beginning, it's the result, because underneath it is something deeper. It's called cognitive miser theory. The brain hates unnecessary effort. It always has. So it cuts corners wherever it can. That's why calculators replace mental math. GPS replaced maps. AI is just the newest technology in this pattern. But this is where things change. Because every shortcut doesn't just save effort, it also removes responsibility. If the calculator is wrong, you blame the person who made it or the tool. GPS is wrong, you blame the solar things, and you blame the app. If AI is wrong, you blame the system because you didn't make it, never yourself. And once that responsibility starts to move away from the person, yourself, something else moves with it: attention. Because Jimbo isn't the only one doing this. Companies do it, institutions do it, governments do it. It's all the same psychology, just a different scale. Now, imagine AI systems analyzing intelligence data, recommending military actions, looking at different outcomes and seeing which one's the best, deciding which humans are targets, and deciding if war should be done and taken out. But it also shapes what humans think the decision should be. And this is where things get uncomfortable. Because most people imagine AI war as full automation. But that's not how it starts. It starts with something quieter. Humans still have approved decisions, but only after the AI has already narrowed the options. Only after it already ranked the outcomes. Only after the best choice already feels obvious because the AI gave it to him. Almost like informational social influence. So the question slowly changes from, are humans in control, to, did humans ever really choose anything at all? And this is where another effect comes in: psychological distance. And psychological distance is, the further something moves from direct human experience, the less real it feels. One injured soldier feels real. 10,000 destroyed drones feels like data. It's just technology, just metal. It's not living. And when war becomes data instead of human consequence, the emotional weight disappears. Not because people become evil, but because they stop feeling cost. It's not humans dying. They can't relate to a robot. And that's where the real shift and problem occurs. Not AI replacing humans, but humans stepping back from the systems they built. Until one day, they're not really in them, and they're funding them, and they're giving it resources. And then there really isn't any more resources left. And it's just a slow burn till the planets run dry. And this future is becoming increasingly closer. So that's pretty much all I have to say about it. And bye-bye. Cue the outro.